Today we are installing the cold air intake. Alright, so first step to installing the cold air intake is going to be to remove the engine cover here. And to do that, there's just basically one bolt that's down there. You're going to remove that, and also on this side you're going to want to take off your cap, and then you'll be able to easily just pop off the engine cover. So after you do that, one of the next things we're going to do, or you should do, is to remove the negative battery cable. So basically you're just going to pop off this piece here. You're going to pop this piece off here, as basically covering your battery, and you're just going to take off this bolt that's right here. You're just going to loosen it. You're going to loosen this bolt. Once it's loose enough, you could just shimmy this whole thing off and take it up, and that's it. Once you do that, you're ready for the next step. We got 3 things that we're going to need to pretty much remove just to get this whole housing off. And there's going to be one right here. Is going to be one of the nails that we're going to have to remove. Another, or loosen, actually just loosen one here, one right here, and the other one right here. So 1, 2, and 3. So to remove this, you just need a flathead screwdriver, and yeah, let's start loosening these. So we loosened the 3 bolts, so we got one here, and one right here. It's going to be to remove the sound tube, which is pretty much right below. It's going to be right down here. You're pretty much just going to clamp this and remove it. So let's go into that now. Alright, so we just are going to disconnect this piece here. We're going to pull it off now that we loosened it from here, from the throttle body. We're going to disconnect this piece here, and also the sound tube, like I said, underneath there. So alright, so we got it removed. So this little tube was pretty much directly into there. The sound tube, you pretty much just have to squeeze these 2 pieces inwards so it comes off a lot easier. From here you just kind of wiggle it off, same with here, and as well as here you just kind of jiggle it off a little and it comes off just like that. Also going to disconnect this piece real quick, just this part, and we'll take off, because we are going to need the old part of the map sensor to unscrew and go onto the K&N system. So we'll do that next. And also pretty much the only thing holding in this whole box here is 3 grommets. There's going to be one here, there's going to be one down there, and one right here, which all you have to do is pretty much pull it off with a sturdy hand. So let's get into that part right now. Alright, so we disconnected the map sensor and pretty much removed the box. So this was easy to remove. The map sensor is just a little clip underneath the little red clip that's generally pushed in. You pull that out from the bottom and give the middle part a little squeeze at the same time, and you pull out, and it's nice and easy. And this as well is pretty easy to pull off. You don't even really have to pull hard, it just kind of comes off. The other thing I noticed before I started even taking it off is that it is attached to, there's a tube, there's a little piece you're gonna have to cut off there so that you can fully remove this box. So let me get something to cut that off. Alright, so I just used me some scissors and to take that part off. So now we have the whole box, and now to install the new one. Okay, so what we're gonna be doing next is pretty much taking off the whole sound tube assembly. Because yeah, the K&N cold air intake does not pretty much have a sound tube connection directly into it, so it says to pretty much it's really easy to remove it. You just pop up these little flexible things. They literally just pop open. There's 2 sides to each, so you're gonna pretty much take off both. There's 3 of them. There's one here, and then one right up here. So you just disconnect both, you just pop them open, and you're gonna end up removing also the sound drum over here. You're gonna pretty much be removing that as well. So let's just take this out of the way now. Taking off one of them. This one's gonna be a little tough to get out. Another one, and the other one here. Taking off this whole piece. And to remove this one, like I said, there was a 4th clamp, another one of those flexible type clamps right here. And to remove this is pretty much just squeezing pretty much piece right here. You just squeeze it, and to really remove it easily, you just pretty much same thing as over there. You just squeeze these together and pull it off. So, and the next step, it says to pretty much put a plug onto the hole where the sound drum was, and provided in that little bit, there's going to be this little rubber piece that I just put on right now, and then this other plastic piece. You put the rubber piece right over the plastic one, make sure it's nice and secure on there, and then with this piece, you're going to pretty much cap that hole that you just made when taking out the sound drum. So that's what I'm about to do right now. The plastic piece is secured, and we're going to pretty much put this right over the sound drum, or where the sound drum was. You hear the click, and then that part is pretty much taken care of. Also, let's remove this. It's not really necessary there. Next step in putting the K&N filter on is you're going to be removing this piece right here. So from this silver clamp here, you're going to pull it off. It says just to kind of wiggle it off. Alright, not gonna lie, you do definitely just have to wiggle it off. It takes a little bit of strain. Before you install the heat shield, they give you this edge trim, which is basically a rubber material that you're gonna put around the heat shield. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna start placing this right around the heat shield before we install it. Alright, so I installed that rubber trimming on the edge of it. You will need to cut it. It does say that, so I put piece by piece, and then when I got here I cut it, and then just started through here, cut it again. So yeah, you are going to need to cut it yourself so that it fits properly all the way around. And next we are going to install the piece that goes right in here, which you have these 2 holes for the bolts that are going to go in place. So next is going to be this piece here. I'm going to install this. It goes in this way here with the thinner piece coming out just like that, and we're just going to match it up with the holes. That's right there. You should see those right there. And we're just going to match it up with the holes, so you'll be able to see that. And you use the provided bolts and just get those on right now. And then next is pretty much installing these 3 mounting points. You're going to have one here. There's a bolt they provided, another one here, and then one, there was a hole here. You're going to pretty much put the mounting that they gave and just tighten this up, and there's going to be the other mounting point. So the 3 mounting points, add those, and then we'll be good to go. We're going to remove the map sensor. So what we're doing next is going to be taking off these screws, these 2 screws here, and taking this and attaching it on to here. So let's do that step next. Alright, so we got it removed, and now we're going to install it right into here. And to remove it, I used a size T15, and I'm going to use that to reinstall it now. That is connected. We are pretty much good for the next step. You're going to put the bands that provided, and the big part is going to go directly into here. Just like that. And then this other coupler here is going to go on to the throttle body. Alright, so now we attach that piece onto there, and we put the other clamp so that now we can connect these pieces and tighten them. Final step. Well, almost final step. Alright guys, so it is finally finished. It's installed. You put on the clamps here. You got 1, 2, another 2 here, and then the last one is when you actually put in the filter and you just tighten the screw there. Make sure everything's tight. I connected back the tubes here and here. The sound tube is gone, and also we got plugged back the map sensor back in. And other than that, also don't forget, put the cap back on over that and reconnect the negative battery cable that's in the trunk, which I'm about to do right now. And then I'm gonna start her up and see, make sure everything is running right. First impressions, I'm doing the road test right now. I just installed it and there's no check engine lights, as you can see. Everything's running fine, and to be honest, it does sound a lot better. When from a standstill, when you press the gas, you hear like a slight little whistle of it pulling in the air, and it sounds really good. And driving it, I noticed the engine does sound a lot better, and I don't know how to explain, but the sound of the engine just sounds a lot better, and it does feel a little bit more responsive. I don't know if it's just in my head or something, but it definitely does feel a lot more responsive. Oh man, I don't know, it just feels great. I don't really think there's much in pull power, like basically like torque or horsepower. I don't know, I really can't feel it too much if there is, but it does feel a little bit better, and it definitely sounds a lot better, so that's for sure. And like I said, I didn't get the cold air intake all much for performance anyways. That was the install video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's not a hard thing to do. Installing the cold air intake is one of the easiest things you can do yourself, and as you can see, it probably all in all took me about 30 minutes to disassemble my old one and install the new one. And yeah, it wasn't too difficult. Something that you can do yourself with a few tools. All you need is like a screwdriver, like a 10mm wrench to disconnect the battery, size 15 to disassemble the map sensor, stuff like that. You don't really need a lot of things. And if you have those tools, you can definitely do this at home yourself. You don't need to take it anywhere and spend a lot of money. So yeah, definitely try to do it yourself if you can. And yeah guys, that was a video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe if you are not, because I have a lot of future content coming where I am installing new tires onto the car, 305 wide. I'm going to be tuning the car. I'm getting the full cat bat system pretty much next week installed onto the car as well. So I have a lot coming and a lot more after that as well. So if you like the video, smash the like button, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great day. You make me